I can't believe it. It's Reading Festival weekend again. How are we at this point of the year again? It's mind-boggling. I definitely have some cereal in my teeth. So, I've decided just to pop in for the day again this year. I'm slowly easing out of festival season, it feels like. But I went just for the day last year and it was so much more manageable for me, and I was able to sustain energy a lot better than trying to attempt to do all 3 days. And you know, some years just the lineup isn't, you know, as well matched to you as it is some years. So I'm quite happy to just go in today. There's some great bands playing today. So it should be a lovely day out, and the weather at the moment is being kind. You can see the sun reflecting on my face. I'm going with 2 boys this year, so as you can imagine, the usual things happening, where things are being sorted out in terms of logistics the morning that we're going, and being given like just a few minutes to get ready before we leave. So very quickly thrown on some clothes. I literally just decided what I was wearing this morning. There's been no time for planning this week. My mind has been occupied by other more kind of timely, important stuff to do with friends and family. So yeah, I don't even know if I like what I'm wearing, but it's not important. I've just got on a little crop top, a little tartan skirt, and my DMs, and the trusty bum bag. So hopefully in the next few minutes I'll know what the hell's going on in terms of transport. I think the boys are thinking getting an Uber. I'm like, am I made of money? But hopefully their sense will come to them and we'll end up getting a train. We're not celebs. We can do it the old-fashioned way. So hopefully that will be resolved soon and we'll be on our merry way. And yeah, get out in that sunshine and get some vitamin D on me, because I've been a bit of a hermit the last week or two, just because sometimes life just works out like that, and you've got too much to do on your laptop. So I'm looking forward to a day out and about. I have a lot to catch up on. I think the last time I vlogged, I was en route to Reading Festival, and I didn't vlog much because, you know, I was going mainly to see the 1975, but I ended up leaving way before the 1975. Basically, I was with people that I see about once a year. They don't really have an understanding or awareness of my health issues, and they're lads who obviously just want to go and have a good time and get the drinks in and have a dance and a boogie and a mosh. And unfortunately, because of this, I wasn't able to pace myself. So we didn't sit down enough, we didn't stop and chill, I didn't probably drink enough water, all those things that I would do if I was at a festival by myself or just with maybe one person that is very sympathetic to my limitations. So I was having don't get me wrong, till the point that I deteriorated, I was having a really great time with them. We had a right laugh and they're an absolute hoot. But I'd seen Twin Atlantic and UMIT 6, and then I noticed I was starting to get that speckling I get on my legs, which I believe is related to POTS, but I'm not sure. It's kind of like little white dots and slightly purple around the edge, or just generally a bit purpley, actually, purpley mottly. And I believe that's to do with blood pooling. Anyway, they were starting to get achy and my feet were really hurting. And then I noticed that they were starting to quite swell as well, to the point that I kept loosening my boots more and more, and I couldn't loosen them anymore without just falling over if I walked in them, and it just became too painful. So I had to head home on the train on my own and miss 1975. And when I got home, thank God I did, because the swelling was so bad. It was literally like my leg was like and it was just so painful. So that was a real shame. So I was in a bad mood about that, really. Not bad mood, I just a bit disappointed, I guess. So the next day, me and Si said, oh, let's go for a nice brunch, cheer us up, because he'd had a really hard week at work too. So we went to one of our favourite places for brunch, and sadly it all went a bit Yeah, it just went a bit wrong. Let's just say something happened at the brunch and I ended up in hospital, and I had to go to the urgent treatment centre and had an x-ray, and then since then I've been on antibiotics, like one of the strongest antibiotics you can have to fight the thing, and I had a really nasty reaction to that, just being diarrhea and sickness all week. And obviously there was a fear that that was maybe an infection or sepsis or something like that. So I had to have that checked out, and they just said it's likely to be the antibiotics because it is a strong one. So yeah, that's what's been happening. So this last week or so, not much activity on my part, work down the drain. I've earned no money, so feeling a bit stressed about that because we're due to go on a holiday it's Tuesday today, on Saturday. Obviously I was hoping to have accumulated some money to spend on holiday on food and stuff like that, and now instead of it being something completely wonderful that I'm looking forward to, I'm feeling a little bit stressed about it. But it's fine, we'll make it work. But yeah, and the reason we're going on holiday, because I think you might have remembered me saying that we couldn't afford a holiday this year. So Si's got to work, his new job, Si's new job is one that's commission based, and they have kind of incentives to try and make them obviously achieve the targets and surpass their targets. And it's quite, I guess it's kind of a competitive industry in that sense, because you want to be the leader, the top one, getting the top things, because then you get the rewards and the incentives. And last month Si ended up being top, which meant he could either have a holiday that they chose, which is usually Dubai, which neither of us, it's not been on our list to go to particularly, and you have to go with the people you work with, like a group holiday kind of thing, or they will give you the money to put towards your own holiday. So we went for that option this time. I imagine if it happens again, Si might want to do the work option so we can have a bit of a party with his work pals, but this time this seemed to be the best scenario for everyone. It was really close for a while though. He was really veering towards going with the workmates, but I think my face said it all. Please take me on holiday. So yeah, we're going to Cyprus. We're going for a week. It's an adults only hotel, which will be lovely. And we're just aiming to have a really peaceful time. I think our last few holidays have been quite adventurous. It's been a lot of on the go stuff, a lot of map reading, which is not my forte, and a lot of moving on to different places and travelling around islands or travelling around California, whatever the place was. And this time we're just going to be stationary and just going to be sleeping for 7 days solid on a sun lounger and eating food because we've gone half board, so we can just eat mainly at the hotel but nip out for either lunch or dinner if you want to and explore Paphos. So it's very exciting. I am just about to be picked up by Mum because I've decided to go back to my old house today and do my taxes ahead of schedule. I just thought, wouldn't it be nice to go on holiday and not have that kind of over me, knowing that I've got that done and I don't have that to come back to. So I thought that would be a good plan today. It's never an enjoyable task, but it's got to be done. And I thought, let's be efficient so for once. Morning guys, I'm up very early because I'm about to be on BBC Radio Surrey. Really nervous, feeling a little bit sick, haven't slept for days, but I thought I'd record this for prosperity or whatever. See, I'm much better if I'm there in person. If I was in the studio, I think I'd be fine. I don't even call my friends, so I hate speaking on the phone. That's kind of my phobia. So this should be interesting. I'm probably making you nervous now, aren't I? You should be nervous. I've never watched a clock as much as I'm watching this clock. 4 minutes. Oh no, 2 minutes. I just can't do maths anymore, it's 3 minutes. Hello. You know, it never stops being worrying and stressful, but obviously we have to remember that that pales in comparison to what Erin's going through every day. So we just have to remain focused and determined and just keep going with the fundraising, really. Right, so last weekend there was a Gatsby themed event which was organised by Erin's mum and sister, which raised £2,250, which was brilliant. This Sunday there's a scavenger hunt in London. Such a tiz was today, I don't even know what I've told you already, but I have just done the BBC, well actually it's probably a couple of hours ago, so did the BBC Surrey interview, was shaking like a leaf. But all the adrenaline in my body. I actually love doing radio. I've done radio a few times, but I love it when I'm in the studio. I've got a phobia of talking on the phone. My friends will tell you I don't call, and quite often I don't pick up the phone. I don't know why it is that... Actually, I do have some reasons. Maybe I'll talk about that at some point. I think I do know what it stems from. Anyway, so yeah, I did the interview with Shaking Like a Leaf because it's weird because they're kind of feeding you the live feed, so you know when to come in. You can also hear your voice like echoing, which is a bit distracting. So yeah, it was a little bit tricky, but I just tried to cram in as much information as possible in the little window that I had to just say everything, put the links and all that sort of stuff. I think I got it all out. When I put the phone down, I had a mini panic that I'd done the link wrong, but the girls assured me that it was right, so hopefully it was. And now Jenny, who is the girl that's done a lot of the fundraising efforts with me, she's just a diamond person really, and just always goes out of her way for everyone. She is en route because we are going to pick up her new puppy. It's a Spaniel Lab cross, I think it is, which, what do they call it? Spad? No, it's probably not a spad. But anyway, it's very cute. It's black and looks like it's got a very cute soft head. So that's what we're doing today, which is kind of a really nice bit of escapism from everything for a bit, which I feel guilty about because Erin doesn't get to escape what's going on with her. She has to just exist in it all the time. So you have to remember that it's a privilege that you get to have these little windows actually where you get to do fun things and nice things and hang out with your friend, because some people don't get these. But yeah, after I did the BBC thing, Erin, she tuned in. Obviously she wants to check that we are representing her well. So she was up and about, so we had a Skype call. Thing is, when me and Erin do FaceTime or Skype, it ends up being 2 or 3 hours just because there's obviously so much to talk about, so much to vent about. And because we've both been through processes with doctors and stuff like that over the years, and we know how much work there is to be done in terms of their dealing with people with these kind of rare illnesses, although we both agree that it's probably not rare. These kind of underfunded, under-researched illnesses, shall we say. We always have a lot to talk about, and we end up going back into things that have happened in the past to us and share our experiences, and yeah, we end up going on for hours and hours. But thank God for technology though, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to chat to her and then just check in with her. And obviously I get lots out of it as much as she does, so it's good that we have this technology these days for these sorts of situations where you can't actually be in the presence of the people you love all the time. Anyway, I'm a bit of a motor mouth this morning, aren't I? I think I'm just still a bit on nervous energy. Probably a good thing I'm going to be sitting in the car for a couple of hours and stroking a dog all the way home. That's kind of like therapy, isn't it? Stroking dogs. So yeah, I'm going to go now. I'll hopefully get you some clips of Pup. So me and Jen, if she's the ledge, we're in Pets at Home. We're trying to just pick out some toys to have in the car for when we're on the journey back. It's a bit mind-boggling.
It's very mind-boggling.
That looks like a Kong classic.
A Kong classic.
Cool.
I think you fill that up with some goodies.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Maybe an easy treat. You like shove it in and they lick it out.
Oh, Jen.
no.
Bit of blue for the dance, as they say.
Cheddar cheese. Oh, that'll be giving really big farts though, won't it? Cheese.
Yeah, as I'm dealing with them in the back, let's not encourage farting.
Fart and poop.
Oh, I bet these are good though. Feel me, it says.
Floppy knots.
So, try the grey stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me.
That's why there's a great
Hey puppy, you okay, honey bun? You're very gorgeous. There you are. There you are, the nameless pup.
The nameless pup.
What are you going to be?
There we are. I've got it. So what we'll do is we'll stop at those same service stations we went for a wee,
Okay.
and we'll.
So if you
You
need
alright,
a pee pee.
Pudding? Okay, honey bunny. Is it shaking at all?
Yeah, but he was shaking in there as well. It's just a cold day as well, isn't it? Oh. Oh look, he's settling down already. That's good. You're being very good, doggy.
No.
Hey, puppy. How are you? Hi. Hi. It's so new, isn't it? New smells, new things to lick. Oh, must be so frightening and disconcerting for you. You're going to be very happy here, though. What a lovely family. Oh, you're so precious.